First, the lineups for the visiting. Number 1A, Ethan McLaughlin. Number 3, William Green. Number 4, Stephen Chapman. Number 5, Drew Parsley.
2,
Number 6,
1.
Cody Bowden.
It may be considered the start of the second season. Good afternoon from the Cadet Natatorium here at the United States Air Force Academy. I'm Jeffrey Orman along with my special guest commentator Luke Hughes. It is the start of Western Water Polo Association Conference play. The Air Force Academy won their first regular season title last year despite playing only 2 games. Both of those were overtime wins. And that brings me to the question, Luke. Only 2 games were played. The rest of the schools opted out. How much do you think the Falcons have to prove themselves, even though they are the defending WWPA regular season champs?
Jeff, I think they got a lot to prove today and for the rest of the season. They may have only played against 2 teams last year, but those were both 2 of the top teams in the conference, and I think that we are ready to get going this season and take another championship.
Air Force at 6-1, Fresno Pacific at 1-6. This is the 14th meeting between the 2 teams. Air Force leads at 12-1, and they have a 7-game win streak. The 6-1 start by the Air Force is their best since 1991. The Falcons went 24-8 that year. That's the most wins by an Air Force Academy water polo team. They finished second in the WWPA tournament and were ranked 12th in the nation. The Falcons, of course, well, we got to talk about Sam Fuller, don't we? The WWPA Player of the Week. Sam had 11 goals, 4 assists for 15 points, and on top of that, he had 5 steals. Luke, I think we talked a couple of weeks ago about the firepower for the Air Force Academy. Obviously, everybody knows about Grant Snyder, but Sam Fuller adding to the mix, and that just gives other teams something to worry about.
That's right, Jeff. Sam Fuller out of Santa Barbara, California, one of the best shooters on this team. Every day in practice, he makes it tough on all the goalies, makes it tough on all the other players. He's a crafty player. Goalies don't know what to expect with him. He's a great asset to the team for sure.
Let's get you the starting lineups. First of all, for Air Force, in the goal this afternoon is going to be Anthony Tolbert, 2-0 on the year, 56% save average. The aforementioned Grant Snyder will be wearing number 2, Ian Christie number 4, Corey Tanis, one of the co-captains of this team, along with Anthony Tolbert, wears cap number 5, Sam Fuller, number 8, number 13, Henry Yevett, and number 17, Gavin Jones. For the Fresno Pacific Sunbirds, in goal will be Clay Maroney. Number 3 will be William Green. Number 5, Drew Parsley. Number 6 will be Bodie Bowden. He is the leading scorer on this team with 27 points, and he's among the league leaders in goals scored as well. Number 7, Eugenio Maldonado. Number 10, Pietro Catano. And number 16, the Pop. The Sunbirds are coached by Brian Sahovi in his 15th season, and of course the Air Force is coached by Ryan Brown along with Alan Hutkins and Rich McBee. On paper, Luke, this looks like an easy one for Air Force, but you as an athlete, and I think we all know, they're never really all that easy. So I'm guessing the key today, fast start for Air Force and get everybody to see action.
Yep, Jeff, key today is to get off to a fast start against them, get a big lead, and hopefully we'll get some of the freshmen in there, some of the underclassmen in there, running some plays so we can prepare for the big game at Navy next week.
Absolutely. That'll be a Thursday night affair, and I do want to talk about some of the other activities that the Falcons will be involved in when they head to the East Coast next week. As we mentioned, Grant Snyder, 29 points, 23 goals and 6 assists. Sam Fuller, 26 points, 19 goals and 7 assists. And how about Ryan McLaughlin, a freshman, 15 points, 6 goals and 9 assists, and he leads the team in the assist category. So they just seem to be loading up with some good talent. People are stepping up, and I think that's going to be the key to the season.
That's right. Ryan, this last tournament in Redlands, he was the John Stockton of the team. He was dishing them out, and everybody was eating him up.
So here we go again with the Falcons with Tolbert, Snyder, Christie, Tanis, Fuller, Yevett, and Jones. And for the Sunbirds of Fresno State, in the goal, Clay Maroney, the rest of the team, Green, Parsley, Bowden, Maldonado, Catano, and Pop. And I am trying to see if Grant Snyder is going to get the honor of getting the opening sprint.
It looks like he's over there.
He
One
is
of the top sprinters in the nation, I'd say myself.
Number 2, as a matter of fact, and that was a perfect lead. And he is number 2 in sprint victories. And let's see who the Sunbirds will be sending out. Hard to see.
Like number 7 on the Sunbirds.
All right. That will be Eugenio Maldonado as we get set to play. First of 2 today. This, of course, will be a conference game. The 2 teams will play at about 3 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time. I'll get my time zones eventually. I'm thinking about Annapolis right now. So basically what the team's going to be doing, Luke, is they're going to get out of the pool, dry off, and get right back in again for the second game.
That's right. Get out, have some lunch, take a little rest, and get back in there, hopefully get win number 2.
Looking down below us here, members of the cadet wing on hand. And they will make their presence felt, I do believe. Here we go with the opening sprint. Air Force and Fresno Pacific. Ball is in the water. Air Force controls. No surprise there.
What a surprise there.
Yeah. All right, offensively, what do we look for the Air Force to do?
They're going to run some slant routes like in football almost. They're going to go diagonal, try to get the middle all clogged up and try to get it in there.
And here is a battle for a turnover, and it is going to be the Sunbirds that come up with it. And right away, they go for the outlet pass. And we'll get our first foul of the day. The outlet pass was going to number 3. That is William Green. We'll keep our eyes on number 6. He is pretty much the trigger man for the Sunbirds. This is a very, very young team, is Fresno Pacific. They only have 1 senior, 3 sophomores, 9 freshmen, and a junior. So they are going to be prepping for future years to come.
That's right. They're just figuring it out. So good goal by number 3, just like you were talking about, Jeff. He slid that right past Tolbert.
Goal for Fresno.
That's a tough shot to block as a goalie. It's about 3-4 meters out, straight on the cage. Nothing much you can do about that except hope you get a hand on it.
William Green gets the scoring started for the Sunbirds here this afternoon. Here's Ian Christie with a touch, and
let's see what Ian can do with it. He's a crafty player.
Master of the lob shot, I think. He actually tries to get this one inside.
That's a great pass. It's an exclusion drawn by Grant Snyder, and he's blocked by the goalie, and that's going to go out for a 2-meter corner throw. Great block by the Sunbirds goalie.
And it looks like it'll be Ian Christie who puts the ball in play. You can't be thinking that Henry Yevett throws it off to the one spot as they work that ball around the perimeter. Grant had an idea, now he pulls back to Ian Christie.
Here's
Sam Fuller. Hey! There you go.
Sam Fuller, everybody. He doesn't miss much from those. He's just picking up right where he left off, isn't he, Jeff?
He sure did. That's 12 goals in at least the last 2 games, and I know there's a lot more than that. As a matter of fact, if I get a chance to check my stat sheet, I'm doing this off the top of my head. I think that's his 20th of the season, and that is unofficial on my part. Here comes Green up the pool.
He had the last goal for him. Let's see what he can set up on this play.
Throwing off to the 4-man, and good pressure being put on by Air Force. And, of course, we've heard it so many times, it all starts with defense, Luke.
That's right. Defense wins championships. Looks like they throw it in to Pop, but he can't pop it off, can he, Jeff?
No, he can, and a good double team by Air Force. Ian Christie was the one that cleared, and they come up the one side of the pool, and guess who?
Grant Snyder, everybody.
Goal for the Falcons.
Slides it right under the arm of the Sunbird goalkeeper. Nothing he can do about that, and that's another chalk one up for Grant.
Leading the team in scoring, as we mentioned. That's his 24th goal of the season. And Sam Fuller with a goal as well, his 20th of the year. This is a nice 1-2 offensive punch, isn't it?
That is right. That is right. If you're guarding Grant, you can't guard Sam at the same time. So let's see what the Sunbirds can do.
Sunbirds working off of that 4 spot. Now they want to go into the center, and Anthony Tolbert steps in and says, "Pardon me, that's mine."
Yep. He swipes that away, and let's see if he can make a good outlet to set up the good offensive play. Out to Ian Christie, number 4 in the middle, down to Grant Snyder.
Yeah, it's been pretty much a familiar offense.
That's right.
Grant had an idea. This one is knocked away.
Looks like a field block by number 11 on the Sunbirds. Great field block, and that's Sunbird ball now.
Nikita Kravstov making the play for the Sunbirds. As we mentioned, a very, very young team that Fresno Pacific is fielding. Brian Sahovy in his 15th year. Here,
Great block by Tolbert. He said no thank you.
Anthony Tolbert getting that left hand out there. Well, that was almost a point-blank shot, and Anthony came up big. Off to Ian Christie as he works the 5 side.
Let's see what Ian can do with it. He's got some open men.
Stop me if you've heard this. They're probably going to go to Grant Snyder, even though Henry Yevitt got the touch. Christie fires one. That's a little bit off to the right.
Oh, looks like it's recovered. Oh.
Gavin, I thought, had it.
I thought he had it as well, but it looked like they got him with the ball under call. That's number 16, Pop, bringing it down the pool.
Lob shot, and he scores.
He popped that one up and went right over Tolbert into the goal. That's 2-2.
Fresno Pacific, number 16.
Looks like some subs coming in. Number 20, Jacob Yee, and number 21, Larson McCarroll. Larson hoping to make an impact in the set position, I'm sure. And Jacob Yee with his, he's a very crafty player, so we'll see what he can get done down at the offensive end.
Well, we've seen Jacob perform quite a bit, but we don't know very much about Lance McCarroll. Haven't seen really too much what he can do as Jacob Yee gets the touch.
It's like Ian Christie with the ball.
That's correct, out on the 5 spot as they try to push him out. Back to Jacob. I know one thing, Coach Brown likes his freshman class.
He does. They're a great class. They've been working hard. Grant Snyder, bang! They thought the play was dead, and he brought it back to life. Grant Snyder puts it in the back of the net.
Goal, Air Force, number 2, Grant Snyder.
Great shot by Grant Snyder. The Sunbird defense thought they'd got him, but with Grant, you never quite got him.
No, you never do. Grant Snyder with his 2nd of the day. Fairly tight match here in the early going.
Hopefully the Falcons can start making their presence known on the defensive end as well and get it done. There we go. That's exactly what you need.
Good steal there. Playing a tight man-to-man, it looked like, Luke, and here comes the outlet pass. They may have the numbers. Here is Ian Christie. Will he go for the lob shot? Nope, not this time he won't, and it's punched out of bounds. And the Falcons will get it from the corner. Ian Christie will bring it in.
Good shot by Ian, but better goalkeeping by the Sunbird goalie. That was a great block. Ian could have brought it in a little bit closer, I think, but sometimes you just got to let it rip.
Jacob Yee, pump faking. Here is a throw and a shot in the corner.
Sam Fuller, that's the Yee to Fuller connection, and Sam will take those shots any day of the week and twice on Saturdays.
All right, so Sam Fuller and Grant Snyder accounting for all the goals so far here in the early going.
Yeah, just like we were talking about, Jeff, that 1-2 punch.
Falcons would like to get a nice run going here. As we mentioned, on paper, it looks one-sided, but the game is not played on paper, it's played in the pool.
That's right, Jeff. Doesn't matter the names of the players, it matters how well they can play. So
here is Green, who gets a touch. William Green tries to go down low. Anthony Tolbert comes out and says, "Pardon me, I'll take that."
That's right. Some great defensive set work by Gavin Jones down there in the middle, and that set up a great steal for Anthony Tolbert.
Ian Christie at the 4 spot. They want to center. Here's a shot.
Speaking of Gavin Jones.
How about that?
Makes the stop on the defensive end and puts it in the back of the net on the offensive end.
Looks like we're going to have a bunch of substitutions, almost a whole new lineup coming in for Air Force, and we'll pick them up as they hit the water.
Looks like Henry Yavitt's back in, Sam De La Cruz, Cole Copperud,
Ryan McLaughlin, and Keto Ham. So, the whole team's almost in the pool.
That's right.
And we're in the first quarter. 2:25 left to work. Jeffrey Orman along with Luke Hughes here at the natatorium at the United States Air Force Academy. Falcons 6-1, best start since 1991. The year they won 24 games and only lost 8. That is a school record, the 24 wins.
Some great offensive set work by number 6 on the Sunbirds, and he draws an exclusion. Looks like Ryan McLaughlin will be in the penalty box.
So let's see if they can take advantage of the power play. Setting it up to Green. Off to the 2 spot, and there's a shot and a score.
Great shot, looks like number 7 on the Sunbirds. That's a bar down. Not much you can do as a goalkeeper.
Eugenio Maldonado getting credit for that. And it is now a 5-3 game in favor of the Air Force Academy. All sorts of new faces in the pool now for Air Force.
Yeah, like we see down there, number 6, Sam De La Cruz, playing the offensive set position. He's a great player in there. We saw in a couple of the games in the Rare Air tournament. He can put those in the back of the net just as easily as anybody else on this team.
Looks like Yevit with the ball and a nice block by the goalie. I'm kind of impressed by what I'm seeing from Clay Maroney out here. He's making some plays. Again, it'll be a corner.
He's keeping his team in it for sure, Jeff.
There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Off to the 2 spot. Now they go to the top of the point.
It's like Cole Copperud with the ball.
There's a nice steal being made by one of the Sunbirds. We'll give credit to number 10 on that. It's Pietro Catano. Is he going to try a 1-on-1?
Let's see.
Sure is, and he scores.
He is. Great shot. That's where the Falcons got to be careful, is on those passes to the top of the pool. They gotta make sure to not make it lazy. They gotta put it right in their hand and pass it quick.
It's only the first quarter, but the Sunbirds only 1 goal behind. They scored the opening goal of the match.
It's a high-scoring game already, 5-4 in the first quarter.
Laughlin off to the number 5 spot. That is Alex Herjoy. Another player we haven't talked too much about, Alex Herjoy. We didn't have a chance to see him in the Rare Air tournament. Here is
Looks like an errant pass by Henry Abbott. I'm not sure what he was going for there, but another breakaway opportunity for the Sunbirds.
They're going to hold up because they have a 2-on-3, and I think they want to set it up. They have a chance to get the equalizer here. They've only had the lead once, and that was when it was 1-0. Off to the 5 spot. 9 seconds left to go on the shot clock.
Let's see if the Sunbirds can. There's some great defense by Alex.
That's Alex Herjoy. Here's a shot knocked away. Long rebound coming out to the Sunbirds.
Looks like they'll probably use the rest of the clock, but a bad pass by the Sunbirds number 6, and Henry Abbott takes it right back. 10 seconds left on the clock.
8 seconds left to go here in period number 1. Falcons on top 5-4. Here is a shot. Can they get it off before the buzzer? They cannot, and that is going to be the end of period number 1. At the end of the first quarter of play, Air Force leads it by the score of 5-4. You're watching Air Force Water Polo on Falcon Vision.
At the end of the first score, Fresno Pacific 4, Air Force
The Cadet Natatorium here at the United States Air Force Academy. Jeffrey Orman along with Luke Hughes, 5-4. Air Force on top at the end of one. Luke, your evaluation of what we've seen in the first quarter.
It was a good first quarter for the Falcons offense, but the defense I think needs to step up a bit. They let a couple passes that shouldn't have been. They made some on offense. They made some errant passes, and hopefully they'll be able to get that a little bit sorted out, so they're able to stretch the score a little bit and put the Sunbirds behind a bit.
Well, let's see if there'll be any changes in the starting lineup. See that Cole Copperroot is still in the pool, and everybody is blocking out my view here. So we'll just look like it looks like they're going to stay with pretty much the group there. Alex Herjoy is there, number 15, Keto Ham. Let's see who will be the sprinter for the Falcons in the second quarter. My guess it would be Henry Yavitt.
Yeah, Henry Yavitt, or unless he put Grant back in, but looks like Grant's on the bench.
Okay.
Looks like actually Cole Copperroot is over there ready to sprint.
Okay.
He's a speedy player as well. You got to hit him on the fast break. He's always open down there. So,
Coach Brown has used several players in that sprint position, so it's not really like it's all Grant all the time.
Yeah, it's a luxury not many coaches have to have that many fast players. So Coach Brown is definitely lucky. He's got that trifecta of Copperroot, Yavitt, and Snyder. I think you could even put Fuller in there and he'd be all right.
Now let's see who the Sunbirds will send out as their sprinter. I guess, well, Eugenio Maldonado, I think, was the one that started the game. Let's see if he's going off to his sprint position. And that appears to be the case. So Eugenio Maldonado will sprint for the Sunbirds. And we're ready to start period number 2. Here we go.
Let's see what Copperroot can do. And it looks like the Fresno Pacific player knew he wasn't even going to get there, so he just stopped swimming.
Well, that'll work. Air Force is now 2-0 on the sprint. Here is Alex Herjoy working off into that 5 spot. Off to McLaughlin, back to Herjoy. Pressure being put on. And off to the number 1 spot. There's a shot, and it did break the plane. Yes, sir, that's a goal.
He snuck right in there. That's Jacob Yee with the goal. And that was a great pass to him.
Jacob Yee with his first goal of the match.
Let's see if Fresno Pacific can come over and answer.
Well, they've been playing pretty well so far. They've been able to may get a one-on-one here. Here's a lot. Oh, what a nice pull down by Anthony Tolbert.
He pulls that down, and he said, no, thank you.
Well, that big right arm went, I was like almost grabbing a rebound in basketball.
Yeah, he swatted him, like they say in volleyball, he roofed him there.
McLaughlin, they try to go to the center spot. A lot of white water, and we're going to have a whistle.
Looks like a penalty shot.
Wanted to see if the referee was going to put up those 5 fingers in. It will indeed be a penalty shot.
That's drawn by Keto Ham, playing some good offensive set down in the middle.
And it looks like it's going to be Jacob Yee who gets the honor. He does.
Dang! Sounded like the goalie had a little bit of a finger on it, but that shot's too powerful. The goalie's not going to be able to stop that.
Jacob Yee with his second goal of the match, and the Falcons open up a 3-goal lead here in period number 2. Reunion time here at the Cadet Natatorium as a couple of former players have returned. Here's a pass down low, and picking it up and trying to beat a double team and scoring.
Number 6 got it that time. He got stuffed by Tolbert on that last lob, and he was not going to lob it again.
And that is Bodie Bowden, who is the number 1 scorer for the Sunbirds.
Let's see if the Falcons can answer.
28th point by Bowden this year. McLaughlin with the ball at the 4 spot. Well, somebody's getting a lot of attention down low.
It's like a steal by the Sunbird defense on Corey Tanis.
And Corey Tanis, they were putting the double team on him, it looked like to me, Luke, and they were able to force the turnover, so they'll try to cut it to 1 on this trip down the pool.
Yeah, that was some great Sunbird defense. Let's see what they can do on offense. Already 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Starting to be counted out by the goalie. There's a shot, and
that's an elementary save for Anthony Tolbert.
Yep.
He's got 2 men going down. Passes it right to the hands of Copperud.
Let her fly.
Bang! Top corner. Nothing you can do about that. He's a sniper.
For the Falcons, number 10.
Well, he picked one off there, and Cole Copperud makes it an 8-5 game, as now the starters will come back in for Air Force.
That was a great set of plays by this team that came in at the start of the half, or the start of the quarter, and they definitely helped stretch the score out a bit.
Well, the second unit is out. First unit is in, which would suggest that it will be Grant in, Sam Fuller, Henry Yevett, Gavin Jones, and I believe Corey Tanis will stay in the match. I don't think he exited. So here we go. From that 5 spot, some pressure defense, double team, take away by Air Force, and they're going to call a foul, I think.
It looks like they call an ordinary foul.
Yep. That's too bad, but anyway. Tighter match than I think anybody expected. Here's a skip shot. That's not going to go. Anthony Tolbert.
Anthony Tolbert collects the ball, and let's see what he can do with it.
Let's see if it'll go to the right or the left. It'll go actually more like the center of the pool. Looks like, is that Ian Christie that has it?
Ian Christie with the ball, bringing it up.
Down low.
Bang! Guess who it is, Jeff? Sam Fuller.
Call me foolish. That's my first guess.
Goal for the Falcons, number 8.
And for Sam,
Fuller.
that is goal number 3 on the day.
He's just picking up right where he left off, Jeff.
They need to keep doing that. Just keep popping, and then you get somebody else involved in the scoring. We've already mentioned Jacob Yee. He's got a pair.
Jacob Yee's got a pair. Grant's got 1 or 2. It's a good team effort today already.
Here comes Air Force, putting a little bit of that pressure D on.
Some good defense, looks like, by Larson McCarroll,
yes,
number
it is.
21.
They go down low. Falcons pounce all over it. Gavin Jones picks it up.
It's like stealing candy from a baby.
Well, they played a nice trap on that one.
There you go, Gavin Jones.
There's a shot. Did it go? It did not. Henry Yevett, I think, trying outlet pass.
Henry Yevett.
Off to numbers 6. That is Bowden. Bowden lowering his head. I'm not sure what he was thinking there. Was he going to do a bull rush? I'm not sure, but out on that one spot.
Some great defense. Some great defense by Gavin Jones. He's been responsible for a lot of those steals down there on the set position.
Ian Christie off the left side, off to the number 1 spot, inside the 2, and there's a shot and a score.
Guess who it is, Jeff?
Goal for the Falcons, number 8, Sam Fuller.
What a half he's having. 4 goals already.
I think he's chasing Grant's 9 goal bout a couple weekends ago, so we'll see what he can do.
Substitutions coming in now for the Sunbirds as the top scorer is coming out of the pool. Bowden is going to take a break. And of course, we've talked about it before, Luke, the fact that you're playing 7,000 plus feet above sea level. And if you're coming from the lowlands, that can be a bit of a factor, especially in this sport.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, I don't think Fresno has too much of an elevation. So they're probably getting tired already, and that's just how we like it.
Well, you got
great steal. Grant Snyder swiped it away.
Well, Grant, as long as you stole it, how about a 2-on-1? You might as well finish, go coast to coast, winds up, and says, I'll take it, and he hits it.
That's too easy for Grant Snyder. Puts it right over the goalie and the defender's head.
Number 2, Grant Snyder.
I've got Grant for 3 on the day. Falcons with a 4-0 run. That brings more reinforcements into the pool for the Falcons.
Looks like Sam Fuller's going to get a break. And Jacob Yee, Sam De La Cruz making another appearance.
Luke, that was a great transition on that last series for Air Force. They got it on the defense. They converted a goal on the offense. If they could do that all year long, I think everybody would be quite happy. But there are days and there are days. But that was that'll bring a smile to the face of the coaching staff.
That's right. The Air Force defense is picked up, and there's another steal by Grant Snyder.
Grant Snyder came from behind to get that one. He picked the pocket. Off to Henry Yevett at the 5. Henry sets it to the center. Grant Snyder swatted away by the goalie.
Block.
Nice play there. Clay Maroney knocks it away.
Great block by Maroney, and now the Sunbirds on an offensive possession.
Nikita Krevstov with the ball at the 1 spot. Now he'll dish it off. Here's William Green back to Krevstov. Air Force playing a very tight D.
The shot clock's already down to
8 seconds.
8 seconds. Ian Christie not letting anybody through.
Here's a lob. Anthony Tolbert says,
easy.
I've got it.
That was a great lob, but even a better block by Anthony Tolbert.
Evan Jones comes up the right side. They've got a man wide open, a crank and a shot. It should be Henry.
That's top right corner. Henry Yavett. He doesn't miss those.
For Air Force, number 13, Henry Yavett.
Falcons on a 5-0 run right now. And that's just what we were talking about. We needed to get that. Am I a homer now? Am I considered a homer now?
I think so, Jeff.
I think you know what? And I do it with, and it's an honor to do so.
Proud. Yeah, you're proud to do it.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah. Keep those emails coming in, folks. Here we go to the 4 spot.
It's like the Sunbirds trying to run a pick play. And ejection drawn by the Sunbirds on, looks like Henry Yavett. That's a 6-on-5.
Let's see if they can capitalize, and I think we're going to get a timeout called, and I believe
called the timeout, yes, sir.
2:33 left to play here in the first half. Air Force leading 12-5 over Fresno Pacific. You are watching Air Force Water Polo on Falcon Vision. Got to keep the pedal down, man, and that's probably hard to do against a team that's just supposed to. Along with Luke Hughes, I'm Jeffrey Orman from the Cadet Natatorium here at the United States Air Force Academy. As you see the score here in the first half, 5-goal run by Air Force. Here's a shot off to the number 1 spot. There's a
just wide.
Shot and wide left, as that one was taken by Bowden. And here come the Falcons up the pool. Henry Yevett down to Ian. Let's see if he does a lob. Of course
yes,
he does.
Jeff, you called it. Lob City. Lob City's not the LA Clippers anymore. It's the Air Force Falcons.
There you go. And that brought a nice ovation from the cadet wing down below us.
Everyone loves a lob except the goalie, Jeff.
Now I want to talk about that. Why is that shot so difficult to defend?
So the lob shot is a curious one because the goalie's up on his legs. He's treading really hard. It looks like they're going to blast it at him, and then they just softly put it up. And a lot of the time, it takes too long and too much leg power to react to grab that lob. But we've seen Anthony Tolbert has perfected defending the lob. So now the Sunbirds on an offensive possession. Let's see what they can do.
You mentioned that Anthony Tolbert very good at defending the lob shot. He's 6'4".
That definitely helps, and some great defense by Sam Fuller. He can get it done on both ends, and he's going to bring up the ball himself, looks like.
Cole Copperwood off onto that 5 spot. Let's see if they want to go down low. Let's see how they will indeed play that. Sam says, "Ah, the heck with it, I'll do it."
Fuller, ladies and gentlemen.
Goal for Air Force.
If I were that goalie, I would just be locked on him and only him. He's having a great game today for the Falcons, but that's brought by the defensive effort on the other end of the pool.
5 goals for Sam in this match, 24 on the year.
And that's 14-5 now for the Falcons. This has been a great quarter for them.
And they just want to keep things going. I mean, we have another game to play. That'll be at 3 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time. Here's Bowden. He throws it off to the right side and gets away from everybody. Anthony Tolbert will retrieve it, and the Falcons will come the other way.
He gave us a gift with that one. Let's see what Ryan McLaughlin can do down. Great pass to Copperwood.
Let's see if they'll wind and fire. They try a lob there. I believe that was a lob attempt, and it goes wide right.
Not sure if it was a lob or a pass, but it didn't land either way. So
here they try to run the break. This is a outlet pass to Drew Parsley. Drew at that number 1 spot. Goes to the number 2 player. That's Green. Down low they go. Falcons try to cover, and there is a shot and a score.
Number 6 with a big shot down in the offensive set.
Number 6 gives him 6. That's his second goal of the day, and that is Bodie Bowden. He is the number 1 scorer for the Sunbirds on the 2021 campaign. Again, we tell you, if you're joining us for the very first time, this is a very, very young Fresno Pacific team. 9 freshmen comprise the roster, only 1 senior. So,
yeah, they're definitely out here learning, practicing plays. I know they get a lot of junior college transfers as well, so that provides some experience. And looks like a steal by number 10 on Fresno.
And that is Pietro Catano. Catano trying to set everybody up. Is everybody dropping back into defensive sets? Catano holding that ball up, trying to penetrate inside that 5-meter line. Is he going to try a shot? No, he's not. He's going to try and dump it off. Now he gets it back. 8 seconds left to go on the shot clock, and it's winding down. Catano's going to try and fire one, and that is knocked away by Anthony Tolbert. He's having quite a nice day in the net. Here's an outlet pass and a shot, or rather
just wide by Tolbert.
Yep.
That wasn't too far off, was it? That goalie wouldn't have gotten to it if it had been in the corner. So.
And that concludes play at the end of the first half, with the Falcons leading it by the score of 14-6. You are watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Back once again at the Cadet Natatorium here at the United States Air Force Academy. I'm Jeffrey Orman along with Luke Hughes. Let us review the scoring very, very quickly. If you guessed that Sam Fuller was the high man today, you'd be right on the money. He has 5 goals. Grant Snyder with 3. Jacob Yee with 2. Then Christie, Copperwood, Yevitt, and Jones each with 1. 4 saves for Anthony Tolbert. That is also true for Clay Maroney. By the way, we have a special birthday that we want to get out today, and this is for those of you who have served, are serving, or about to serve. The United States Air Force celebrates birthday number 74 today. Formerly the Army Air Corps. You may remember that from the World War II days, World War I, Eddie Rickenbacker, etc. No, I wasn't around when he flew. But they branched off to be Air Force in 1947, and today we commemorate 74 years of the United States Air Force. And I want to thank you, my friend, for being a part of this.
Well, thank you, Jeff, and I think a great way to celebrate that birthday is for the Falcons to get a win against Fresno Pacific. I think that'd be a great gift to the Air Force.
It certainly would be. It certainly would be. And we're just about ready to go with the second half. Of course, the Falcons will be moving from right to left. Let's see, there's Cole Copperwood who goes into the pool. Hito Ham is also in.
Looks like Tolbert will be.
Anthony Tolbert maybe trying something. Just a regular dive. I thought he was going to do something. I thought he was going to do a flip or something like that, you know. And let's see who will get the second half sprint for Air Force. They're going to try Jacob Yee, maybe? Or I missed. Somebody's hiding back there in the corner who I missed.
Looks like Ryan McLaughlin.
Ryan McLaughlin.
That's a new sprinter. Let's see what he can do.
Now let's see how they will play it. And on the far end of the pool, let's see if they'll go with their same man, Eugenio Maldonado. The officials having a confab at the scorer's desk.
And the ref blows his whistle to signify the start of the second half.
And ball in the water, 50-50.
And looks like Fresno got that one. Ryan was right there, but they just swiped it away from him.
All right, let's talk about the second half. You got an 8-goal lead. What are the Falcons going to try to do here in the next 16 minutes?
I think most important thing is to keep that lead, keep playing the good defense, and maybe run some plays, get some practice in for the big game against Navy this next week and against Harvard, Brown, and MIT.
That's exactly right. That's going to be the lineup. When we get a moment, as Anthony Tolbert says, I'll take that. The shot being taken by number 10, that's Pietro Catano.
Great block by Tolbert. That's an easy shot for him to block.
That's a 5th save for him. Goes up ahead to Alex Herjoy. Here's a shot. One spot and a score.
Great pass by Ryan McLaughlin. Chalk up an assist for him. And a goal by Cole Copperwood off the hands of the goalkeeper into the back of the net.
So Cole Copperwood gets the scoring parade started for the Falcons here in the second half of play, and the Falcons lead by 9.
You can tell the defense is starting to get to a couple of the Fresno Pacific players. They are not big fans of this feisty Air Force defense, as Jacob Yee pushes number 16 back almost to their 5-meter.
Pushed him almost inside of it, it looked like, from here, as the ball is loose, and we're going to have a whistle.
Steal by Cole Copperwood.
Cole Copperwood. Here's Anthony Tolbert. Let's see what kind of an offensive Falcons will opt to run. They'll throw down to the 5 spot. And here is a drive inside the 2-meter. Will he take the shot? Winds.
Bang! Usually he's the one dishing out passes, but right then he was dishing out a goal.
Goal for Air Force, number 14, Ryan McLaughlin.
There's Ryan McLaughlin. We talked about him before at the start of the broadcast. Coming into this match, he was leading the team with 9 assists. I think he has a couple today.
He's got 2 or 3 today. He's a great player. He knows the pool. He's a student of the game. And let's see what Fresno Pacific can do. The goalie coming out almost a half.
Ryan McLaughlin from Bluebell, Pennsylvania. Well, I think you can tell that maybe the altitude might be getting. It looks like they're moving a little bit in slow motion to me from up here. Here's a shot, and there's a great shot from the 2 meter.
That one was definitely not in slow motion.
No.
Let's see a goal by number 6,
Yep.
their top scorer down there, and he puts it right past from about the 2 meter.
Bodie Bowden.
Bodie Bowden.
Well, I won't use that. I won't say they're moving in slow motion anymore. We got burned on that one, didn't we?
Yeah, a little bit of payback for you, Jeff.
Yes, sir, I guess.
Maybe you're talking too loud. They heard you all the way down there. Who knows?
I guess so. Maybe I need to be in the exclusion thing there. I mean,
Yeah.
off to the 5.
It's like Copperwood with the ball.
5 spot. Here's a nice feed. Taylor.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
What a hook shot that was.
He didn't even look like he was looking at the ball. He just threw it behind him and hoped for the best. What a shot by Jacob Yee. Holy cow.
That was back to the goal, and I'm just going to flip it. And it goes in.
The spin cycle, the goalie didn't even know the ball was coming past.
I'm telling you, you know it's going right when you get a shot like that.
That's right, Jeff.
And it looks like Jacob will come out.
Looks like the Falcons are already up to 17 goals in this game.
Season high is 19.
Let's see if they can get past that.
5:51 left to play in period number 3. This is the first of 2. This is considered a WWPA conference game. They'll play at 3 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time, and that will just be a regular game.
It's like an ordinary foul. They pass it in, and that's an exclusion drawn by Bodie Bowden on Sam Fuller.
Again, the power play opportunity for the Sunbirds. Passes a little errant, goes to the 5-meter line.
It's working around nicely for Fresno Pacific. Let's see if they can capitalize.
And they do. That was number 7, I think, that got that goal for them.
Tough break by Sam De La Cruz down on that post. If he was a couple inches to the left, he would have blocked that with his whole body.
Eugenio Maldonado with the score for the Sunbirds, makes it 17-8. As a substitution coming in, that is number 11 entering the pool, and that is Nikita Kravstov. He is a freshman, one of 9 on this team. Hails out of Chicago, Illinois.
Let's see what the Falcons can do. It looks like they've got a couple of their starters in. Gavin Jones, Henry Yavitt, Grant Snyder, Ian Christie with the ball now to Sam Fuller, and it gets popped out.
I'll guarantee you they know who number 8 is.
I'm sure they do, Jeff.
They really do.
I hope they do.
I was going to say that it's almost like a double team down there. Well, we got a little entanglement at the 5-meter line, but up with it. A nice block by Anthony Tolbert.
Anthony Tolbert reads that one like a book.
Should be 6 I have for him unofficially. 6 saves for Anthony today.
Down to Gavin Jones. Great field block and goalie block by Fresno Pacific. That's a team defensive effort for them.
Clay Maroney getting his hands on the ball.
He lobs it up to number 5.
Swimming there is Drew Parsley. Drew inside that 5-meter line. Looks like he wants to pass it to somebody. He does, and the Falcons step in front and take it away, and it's Grant Snyder with a steal.
It looks like Bodie Bowden's getting a little bit winded down there. He's having a hard time getting back, so the air is rare for everyone.
Grant Snyder coming up the pool, and right now, basically, they have a 6-on-5. Here is Christie, back to Grant. Back to Christie. They're just going to play catch.
Bang.
So much for the lob shot.
Christie's a sniper from up there. He goes to that top corner, and the goalie can do nothing to reach it.
Christie.
Ian with his second. Falcons with a 10-goal lead right now at the 3:52 mark. And probably, as you suggested, Luke, because of maybe the team getting a little bit tired, I'm referring to, of course, to Fresno Pacific. William Green will check in.
See if Fresno can come up with something here to put one past Tolbert and the Air Force defense.
You know, we talked about this at the top of the show. Even though the Falcons did win the WWPA regular season match, it's almost like Rodney Dangerfield. Hey, get no respect.
No respect at all.
No respect at all.
That's
Here
right.
we go.
Sam De La Cruz.
Sam says,
Oh, baby! Another lob for the Air Force Falcons. That was in slow motion, and the goalie was probably 2 inches from reaching that, but he put it in the perfect spot.
Sam De La Cruz says, Ian, you're not the only one that can do the lob, even though that's Ian's specialty. 19-8 in favor of the Falcons, and that matches their season high as far as team goals.
Welcome to Lob City, Colorado Springs.
Sam acknowledging somebody in the stands. I think we have a couple of guests from teams gone by, not that far removed, as a matter of fact. I'm not sure what that was.
Tolbert honestly could have shot that. The goalie was far enough out.
Well, the Falcons coming on the attack. Here's Ian Christie. Gavin Jones in the center.
A great pass by Grant Snyder, and an even better block. Looks like a 2-meter that hit the lane line, and they'll have a 2-meter corner throw. That was some great team offense. They just should have put that one away.
Falcons just gotta keep tuning it up. Jacob Dew, Gavin Jones, waving that ball around. Off to Ian Christie.
Gavin shoots it right at him. Another
shot.
block. Oh, man.
If that had gone in, you know the team is, everything's going right. If that had gone in, that would have been a tip try.
Corey Tanis gave a nice grin after that one. He knew he'd hit a bit over, but.
Here's Eugenio Maldonado coming up on the 5 spot.
Great defense by Grant Snyder. And now Grant is streamlined into offense. Tolbert passes it over to Henry Yavitt.
Henry over on that 4 spot. Here's a nice feed and a great assist.
Slices, dices under the goalie's arm, and that's a goal for Grant Snyder.
Number 2, Grant Snyder.
Now we'll get massive substitutions coming in for Fresno Pacific. As we mentioned, these two teams will not get too much of a break. They'll finish this one and then hit the pool for the 3 o'clock game. That is a non-conference game. For those of you that may be joining us very, very late, this is considered a WWPA conference match. And the Falcons sitting on top of a 12-goal lead, 20 goals, season high for the team thus far.
Let's see what Fresno can do now. And with that last goal, it looks like Air Force broke their season record of goals in a game. And a great steal by Gavin Jones. He has been a stalwart defender down there. Looks like Fresno pressuring Anthony Tolbert. That was a pretty aggressive move by number 6, Bodie Bowden.
Here comes Gavin Jones up the center of the pool. This should probably come, Luke, as no surprise, but our post-game guess is going to be the guy that wears the number 8 cap.
Yes, sir, Sam Fuller. And that's
nice
great
shot.
Offense. A pass from, looks like, Ian Christie to Grant Snyder.
Goal for the Falcons.
Bing, bang, boom, bop, another Falcon goal.
Back-to-back goals for Sam. The Falcons have outscored the Sunbirds in this half 7-2.
That was just some great team offense. They took advantage of number 6 on the Sunbirds still being down on the other end and ran a 6-on-5 play to perfection.
Cole Copperrood in the game now. Larson McCarroll getting in. The whole team has played. As a matter of fact, everybody has played since the first quarter. Here's McCarroll getting aggressive. Now off to, here's Alex Herdjoy trying to was called for a foul, so they will put the ball in play. Right side to, I think that is Bowden, and nothing.
Oh, what a block by Tolbert! He was on the other end of the pool, stuck his arm out with a hope and a prayer, and gets a hand on it.
Tried a backhanded shot there.
It's like another opportunity for the Falcons to run a 6-on-5.
Tried a bounce shot. That's or a wet ball as I've heard it referred to. Here's an outlet pass. This could be a one-on-one. This could be Bowden against Tolbert. Let's see what happens. Inside the 2 meters, he's going to give it a go, and he scores.
Great shot by Bowden. He was in the right place at the right time. Cherry picking a bit, but Coach Brown isn't going to be happy about that shot, I don't think.
21-9, 33 seconds. Right on cue, Luke.
Yeah, on that last offensive possession for the Sunbirds, you could hear some of the Falcon Cadet fans chirping at some of the Sunbird players. So it's quite a competitive atmosphere here at the Cadet Natatorium.
Well, as David Gaboras told me, we are allowed to express our opinion.
That's right. That is very right.
And
Jeff.
it can be brutal, folks, trust me. Here's a shot that's high.
It's the high shot by Sam Fuller. You don't see many of those, but
6 seconds left to go. Here's a desperation pass. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Oh, hold it. There's the shot, and
that's
nothing
over
there.
the goal.
At the end of 3/4 of play, the Air Force Academy Falcons lead Fresno Pacific by the score of 21-9. Back with the final 8 minutes of play. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Getting ready for the final 8 minutes of play here at the Cadet Natatorium. Along with Luke Hughes, I'm Jeffrey Orman. The Falcons outscoring the Sunbirds in that third period, 7-3 to boost the score that you see now. Luke, I want to talk a little bit about what's upcoming this week. We've talked about the trip to Annapolis, but on Friday, the cadets are going to have a very special opportunity to, well, I'm just going to hand off to you. I think you probably know the itinerary better than I. So, Luke, Friday's going to be a big day for the Falcons.
Definitely. We're going to have the opportunity Friday after we hopefully beat Navy on Thursday to go to Washington, D.C., Arlington National Cemetery. While we're there, we're going to visit some of the grave sites, and we're also going to have the opportunity as a team to lay a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, which is an honor that not many people get throughout their lives. So it's going to be a really cool opportunity. We're going to go there, hopefully tour some other places as well around Washington, D.C., but I think we're going in Arlington, we're going to Captain Derek Argel's gravesite as well. So it should be a very cool, sombering opportunity for us.
We'll have a safe trip, and probably the best thing that I can say are 2 words: beat Navy.
That's right.
I could probably throw in a few others, but no. It's a family show. We can't do that. So here we go. The final sprint of the afternoon in this particular match.
Looks like.
Let's see who got the sprint honors for Air Force.
It looks like Dylan Sinclair with the sprint victory.
Dylan Sinclair wins the sprint for Air Force.
Here is Air Force again moving from right to left, comfortably in front. If I'm reading that cap correctly, Sage Brady, I think, getting some PT.
Looks like Sage Brady's out there, Jacob Yee, Zach Shelley, Zach Rath.
Yeah, we get the freshman in now. Getting the fourth-classman in now. Here's a turnover. Victor Catano, who has a score for the Sunbirds today, throwing off to that 5 spot. That's Drew Parsley. Falcons really looking like they're collapsing at that center position, really getting
Definitely.
2 men.
When you got a freshman guarding a player like Bowden, you got to collapse and help out your defender.
4 seconds.
Oh, great by Sage Brady. He made that easy.
We just talked about that. They double-teamed.
Double-teamed Bowden. And
yep.
Now they're on the offensive streak.
Well, here is Sage Brady off to the right side. There's Sam De La Cruz. Or, I beg your pardon. That was Dylan Sinclair that had the touch. Off now to Jacob Yee. He's got a pair in the net today. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Somebody's got a fire, and it goes a little to the right.
Great field block by number 3 on the Sunbirds, and that's Fresno State or Fresno Pacific ball.
McLaughlin, I think, was the one that took that shot with time expiring. You see the time remaining here in Game 1, this WWPA conference opener for Air Force.
Great shot.
Block shot, pretty.
And Bowden uses Air Force's own power against him with the lob over Tolbert. Great shot. Nothing Tolbert or Brady could do about that one. That's just a skilled play from a skilled player.
We understand that A.J. Kuipers might be getting the start in game number 2.
Yeah, just like we talked about last week, Jeff, it's quite a luxury that Coach Brown has to have such great goalies on his team.
I'm just looking at Bowden out there. I think he is gassed. But here's a skip shot and a score for Air Force.
Dylan Sinclair skips it across under the goalie's arm, and that's 22 goals for the Air Force Falcons.
Dylan Sinclair with the goal. I have to check my notes and see if Dylan's had one this year. And I'll do that. And Luke, I'll just have you carry the ball for a while here, so to speak.
Good, Jeff.
Gotta give him his props here. If he's check the old roster.
That's right. Let's see what Fresno Pacific can do on this offensive possession. They're visibly frustrated with the Air Force defense, which is a good sign for Coach Brown. They pass it into the center and looks like an ordinary foul.
It's a 4th goal for the year for Dylan Sinclair.
And another goal by Bowden. Great pass by number 21, and Bowden puts that one in the back of the net. An 11-goal lead now for the Falcons, cut down from 12.
Goal, Fresno Pacific, number 6.
Bodie Bowden. And for Bodie on the day, I have him with 5. So he continues to be the scoring machine for the Sunbirds. Falcons coming out, that 5 spot. Trying to go down low. Jacob winds and fires, hits the top of the crossbar. That's going to go out of play.
That was a great pass by Zach Shelley over to Jacob Yee. And now the Falcons are rewarded with a 2-meter corner.
See the time remaining. Falcons comfortably on top. Sam Fuller's scheduled to be there's a score.
Zach Rath rips it past the goalie. Nothing he could do about that. He makes it look easy.
Zach Rath, a freshman out of Poway, California. Well, everybody's getting into the scoring book now. That's a good thing.
That is good, Jeff.
There's a lot of season left. Make no mistake about it. It seems like such a short year, and it really is for the most part, not like last year. I mean, they did get 11 games, and that really surprised me when I did some back checking. Didn't seem like we had very much action here at the natatorium at all due to the COVID, but we're back and got a full season here, and
Some great defense by the Air Force secondary.
Dylan Sinclair putting some pressure on. Nice play by Anthony Tolbert. Here is a possible follow shot, and they dump it into the corner.
And there it is. That's a tough break for Tolbert with a great first block. I think he was hoping that his defender would collect that ball for him, but Fresno Pacific's number 9 was there for the follow-up.
Eugenio Salazar gets credit for that one.
Just as I say, Jeff, sometimes they take out the trash on Saturday too, and that was a
well said. I like
trash,
that.
Yeah.
I like that. 4:39 left to go. Falcons looking for win number 7, looking very comfortable in that regard, and also more importantly, going 1-0 in conference play in the WWPA, the defending regular season champions, Air Force Academy Falcons. Nice play
by the goalie. And
sure was.
He's going to swim the whole way.
Thought for a minute he was going to go the length of the pool, and they might go 7-on-6.
Yeah. It's like Fresno Pacific bringing it up. Let's see if they can get a couple more past Tolbert, or if the Air Force defense will shut him down.
Catano on the 5.
Some great defense by Zach Rath.
Now he drops back. Now he comes forward.
A skip pass across.
They got 5 seconds. They better, well, not sure quite what to do here.
That's a shot clock violation.
That's the first one that we have seen. Air Force force right now.
Zach Rath receives the ball. Let's see what he can do with it.
Fire it. That goes to the 1.
Looks like they're going to work it around. Sage Brady with the ball now back to McLaughlin.
10 seconds left to go on the shot clock.
Bang! Zach Rath puts it past. A rising star on this Air Force Falcon water polo team. What a great shot.
He has scored the last 2 goals for the Falcons. Makes it a 24-12 game. So we're getting to see a lot of people and talk about a lot of people, Luke, that we normally don't have a chance to talk too much about.
That's true, and that's how we like it. That means we're playing well, and we're getting some people who usually don't have that opportunity to get some good pool time, and hopefully this will continue into the next game as well after this.
3 o'clock start.
Great defense by Rath again. Looks like Sage Brady is ejected, and Fresno will have an opportunity for a man-up situation, and their coach calls a timeout.
And we'll take one as well with 3:04 left to go in period number 4. Falcons lead it by the score of 24-12 over Fresno Pacific. You're watching Air Force Academy water polo on Falcon Vision.
So how are we doing? How are we doing today?
Doing well. All right, we have a special guest commentator with us here with 3:01 left to go. You remember him from last. Lieutenant, and I think I have to address you as Lieutenant. Campbell Harris, how the heck are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to come out here. Coming from Vegas, working out at Nellis. Good to see the boys again in the pool. So.
I'll tell you what, you're good luck. I think you brought a couple of your former teammates with you.
Yeah, Jason and Jack. I love them to death. We got a chance to come out here, watch the Falcons play. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, the 12-goal lead. There's 20, and there's a shot. I think that was Jacob Yee who made that one.
Got some good freshmen. I love playing. I love watching them. New faces, too. And they're doing a lot of work, I got to say.
Campbell, let's talk about your years at the Air Force Academy. What do you remember, and kind of talking about the years that you were here?
No, it's been great. You know, I miss it. I love playing polo here. It was a great experience. And talk about, you know, once senior year came up and we got those jobs coming, like, I'm excited to start my, you know, new year and being in the Air Force, you know. But I love the coaching staff, Coach Brown. I love him to death. I'll talk to him for the rest of my life. This family, you know, we got a good family here.
And I think you may bring up a very good point, Campbell, because that is Air Force. And I mean, it is a brotherhood here, and
it is.
This team and all the classmates that you've had. What are you doing in Las Vegas? I mean, that's your station.
That's a good question. Yeah.
What's your MOS right now?
Yeah, I am a ammunition officer, MUNS, munitions, 21M. I work out at Nellis. It is a different type of situation. It's not a deployable base, but that's where our pilots learn how to, you know, take down our adversaries. So, but I'm filling airmen. I'm in charge of them, making sure their MUNs are on those airplanes. God damn.
There's a shot.
That guy's, that's his third goal, right?
It is.
Nice center position.
Zach Rath.
Yeah, but other than that, you know, I'm happy to continue my heritage in the pool. I've been playing out at UNLV for a master's program out there.
Nice.
And then there's some high schoolers to hopefully get in this pool someday, you know, trying my own little recruiting as I can.
I'll tell you what, that's good to hear. I mean, you've been here, you've played here, and you can give them the straight, well, maybe not all the straight stuff about what goes on up here. I mean, you don't want to discourage them.
No.
You certainly don't want to tell them about mustard gas day at Jack's Valley. That's not going to work.
Yeah,
so
you just kind of let that happen for them. But no, the best thing I tell them is, if you want to play, you're going to play here. Great block by Anthony. But if you want to play, you're going to play in this water. And afterwards, when you're done, you're gonna have job security. That's my favorite thing to tell these guys.
Absolutely.
And Coach Brown likes those type of kids. Like, oh, I want to fly. Well, what better place to go, you know?
Absolutely.
And if they want to go between Air Force and Navy, that's a different conversation.
Folks, he's Campbell Harris, and he approved this message.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. This number 6 for Fresno, I got to give it to him. What, he scored the last 8 goals?
Yeah, Bowden has got 5 on the day.
Oh, that's good for him.
And but I think everybody kind of expected this to be the way it was.
That's
it's
what
a
I thought it
goal.
was. When I was showing up the first quarter, it was a tight game. But, you know, I think Air Force is doing really good on their counters, getting away, and just, like, putting in that, you know, you see that white rectangle right there? They're putting it inside that, and they're doing pretty good at that. So, yeah, but good first game, obviously. I guess it is good luck from the last 3 seniors coming up.
I'm going to give you guys the credit. You taught them everything they knew, right?
Exactly right. No, but I know I'm after this going to check in on the volleyball and check in on football. But I mean, I'm glad they're playing at 3 again, right?
They are playing at 3.
Yeah.
You are correct.
They got to keep it up. Don't think that they ran away with this one. That they.
Well, there's a nice steal.
That's a good steal by Zach Shelley, number 9. But.
Let's see, 3 seconds are just going to run out the time, and Air Force wins it by the score of 26-12. Campbell Harris, thank you for stopping by, my
friend.
Thank you so much. Good to see you.
I'm glad to put the headset on again.
All right, my friend.
Here you go, Luke.
All right, we are going to take a break. We'll have our post game coming up. A special thanks to our crew of Seth Weaver, Larry Henkin, and Dave Toller, our sports information director, and also manning the camera. We will come back, and we will have Sam Fuller as our post-game guest. You are watching Air Force Water Polo on Falcon Vision. Falcons win it today, 26-12. They now go 1-0 in the Western Water Polo Association Conference standings. Our special post-game guest is Sam Fuller. Sam, who was the WWPA Player of the Week. Sam, you picked up where you left off today. 5 goals, nice start.
Thank you, thank you.
Talk a little bit about this match. I think this is something that maybe we were all kind of anticipating, giving everybody a chance. Your evaluation of the game.
Yeah, this was kind of it's our first conference game, so it's important and it matters. And it's kind of our last game to really focus on ourselves, because we got Navy next week, and then 3 more big games on the East Coast, and then we start to really ramp up in conference games. So this was a big opportunity for us to keep focusing on what we're doing, and yeah.
I have to ask you, you were the regular season WWPA conference champions. You played 2 games. Everybody else opted out. How much does this team have to prove that you are a legitimate defending champion?
I think we got to go in and play our game, and we can just compete with every team. And a lot of it comes down to the conference games. And so far, we're 8-1, 7-1, I believe.
7-1. That's right.
7-1. I think we're doing a pretty good job so far. So.
And as you take a look at, obviously, Anthony, a big day today. He had 10 saves. He's now, I think, 3-0 in the pipes. And you mentioned the rest of the way. How difficult does it get? And I know Thursday's going to be huge, but you really can't think about that yet because you still have a 3 o'clock game. But the rest of the way, how do you see it?
The rest of the way, like today or with the season?
The rest of the season.
As far as goalies go?
Yeah, anything at all. Whole team concept, everything.
I think that a big part of it is we got to go do what we're going to do and what we want to do. Because especially with the Navy game, there's going to be tons of emotions, and no matter what, who's better, who's worse, it's going to be a close game. Hopefully we wipe them pretty good, but who knows? I mean, yeah, with the goalies, it's always great if you get beat as a defender to have a good goalie back in the cage to cover for you, and that's a good thing to have. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the rest of the season.
I'll tell you what, I think we all are, because now you and Grant Snyder seem to have the nice little 1-2 combination there. They cover Grant, you're open. They cover you, he's open. It's a nice situation to be at.
Yeah, it's great having Grant on we kind of play on the same side most of the time. So if I'm having an off day or he's having an off day, we can kind of pick up for each other. Or we've really been working on like the chemistry between ourselves, so we can really work with each other.
All right, well, enjoy the victory. I know it's a short rest period before you hit the water again at 3 o'clock. Sam, thanks for stopping by.
Of course.
Sam Fuller, our special post-game guest. The Falcons win it by the score of 26-12. Game 2 of this series between the Falcons and Fresno Pacific at 3 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time. Until then, for our entire Falcon Vision crew, I'm Jeffrey Orman bidding you a very pleasant good afternoon from the Cadet Natatorium at the United States Air Force Academy.